Ready?
Yeah. Wow, oh my god!
Alcatraz.
So a 543 brake horsepower Seat Leon Cupra. Sounds mental. Front wheel drive, manual gearbox. With an era of hot hatches that have DSG gearboxes and four wheel drive, this is actually sort of a saving grace to the manual gearbox front wheel drive hot hatch. I know it sounds a bit silly, but a lot of the cars that I've driven that are over 500 horsepower recently, especially the German stuff, has actually been DSG and four wheel drive. So it's genuinely incredibly interesting to actually see how this thing goes. You put 500 plus brake horsepower through any front wheel drive car and it's going to be a struggle. So let's see what this is all about. So I think the real talking point here is underneath the bonnet. So I'm going to go through exactly what is on this car. So it's running a Revo Stage 2 software. It has the Revo SPS switch, which is adjustable mapping, including the high octane 100 octane map, which runs 543 brake horsepower. This is actually the Miller's road legal octane booster, which is included in the sale of this car but is purchased Healthwards for around £15. It has the Revo IS38 ETR turbo with a Satch 4-paddle clutch, with a whole list of other things to go with it, including the full EMP turbo back exhaust system, the VWR R600 intake, and an AirTech intercooler just sat behind the front bumper. That all equates to the 543 brake horsepower on the 100 octane map. Now these maps are switchable, so you can go down to 98 octane if you so wish to, and it would run around 510 brake horsepower from there. Incredible workmanship though, the amount of money, time and effort that's been spent to actually get this car up there. Havant Car Company themselves, when they actually got this car in, didn't think it was going to run as much as 500, so it was debatable as to how much this thing would actually put down on the dyno, but it ran 543 brake horsepower, which is insane in a front wheel drive manual hot hatch. Styling wise, complete sleeper. It's got the standard wheels with a silver paint job. It doesn't actually let on that there's anything more than what you would believe to be a standard car, but slightly lowered. But styling, we have a TRC front splitter just at the front there. Awesome number plate as well, private plate that comes with this car because it is sourced from Havant Car Company themselves, so massive shout out to them for letting me take this thing out. We have the red calipers up front with the drilled and grooved brakes and a Maxton flick up spoiler at the back, but other than that the outside is pretty much standard. So standard in fact that the 280 logo is still on the back, so 280 brake horsepower is what this car would have left the factory with, coming down to the gloss black diffuser with the twin exhaust system. Other than that though, you would have no idea that this car is running over 500 horsepower. So jumping inside the car, we have these beautiful Corbeau bucket seats which set off the interior incredibly nicely with the suede in the center and the red stitching going all up. Very, very nice bucket seats, and they actually have the resistors in them for the airbag lights. So another thing to point out is that this car has been well thought out, properly modified. Another thing to point out is this beautiful carbon fiber steering wheel the previous owner has put in with the carbon fiber going right round. Other than that though, the interior is pretty much completely standard. Only other thing to note is the panoramic sunroof that this car has from the factory. But that's enough of me waffling about this car. We need to take this out. We need to go and see what this thing is like. So I'm going to go and grab Max from Havant Car Company, and he's going to take me out first and experience 543 brake horsepower in a manual front wheel drive new age hot hatch. I didn't even get to introduce you, mate. George from Car Company. We were talking, I was like, how do we base doing this video? And I was like, well, take me out, because you've driven probably a lot more powerful Seats than I ever have. So this thing is 543 brake horsepower. It's a manual, and it's
mental.
It's crazy. Jesus. So front wheel drive this is, and it's actually doing a really good job of keeping its power down the ground.
It struggles.
It struggles like mad, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I mean, there's Golf R lovers out there who are all going to say, what's the point? Yeah, what's the point? Need four-wheel drive, blah, blah, blah. But
this is the talking point.
It's
front-wheel drive, manual, right? A Golf R usually would be DSG four-wheel drive, which means it's, and I think everybody in the comment section will agree, it's numb. It's a numb car to drive. Fantastic, but slightly numb. This old school feeling, manual, big power, front wheel drive, it is just a little bit more engaging.
It's just, it shouldn't happen, which is why it's so good.
Yeah,
like, it just generally
exist, but
it just shouldn't. Yeah, exactly.
I think a lot of people, because you actually went and got this dyno, didn't you? A lot of people are going to be asking the question, how did this make 543 brake horsepower? Now the talking point is that it had 100 octane in it. Yeah, so basically credit to Max, who we bought it off. He's the one who built the car. He took it to this level, so it's running Revo Stage 3 software plus turbo as well. It's an IS38 hybrid turbo. He said it's around about 500 horsepower. Yeah, so no exact figure. No, but around. He's never dynoed it. For us to retail a car, we like to know an exact figure. So we bought it. We bought it. Basically, he come in, showed it to us. Basically, we'd dyno it. So whatever it made was down to us. Figure, V-Power and Tesco Momentum, as you would, but mixed with an octane booster. You combine Halfords. Literally, that's what he said to us. He went, you can go and get it from Halfords, blah, 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 which he did. So I got a Miller's octane booster, which you just mix in with fuel, increases the octane by 2 octanes, which is road legal. So we're running that now. So it is running full power now. I dropped it off to Dan, DC Automotive and Tuning. He's got a, I can't remember what make it is, but a four-wheel drive Link dyno, super accurate. We've been disappointed by many cars there. Dan, this thing's mental. It's 500 plus, but I don't know what it's going to do. 3 runs, 542, 543, and all 3 runs. Right, so taking over. Wheel, you right, mate? No, he doesn't like being a passenger, especially in something this powerful. So we're going to roll on it. We're going to select 3rd gear just to see how this thing reacts and how I feel about it as well, because it's a lot of power for front wheels and sideways. That's really, really impressive. Gear, roll on. The reason we've picked like a dual carriageway for this is because this is where it really performs. Have to be these speeds. It will, you know, do B roads and stuff, don't get me wrong, but you'll really feel that power once you're up, you know, past 2nd, maybe even 3rd gear. That's where you're gonna. That's 4th gear, mate. That is insane. For B roads, you just turn the map down. Yeah, you would just you would cater to your road. So now we're on a nice big road, it doesn't really matter. This isn't like an everyday map, if you like. And you wouldn't every day put 100 octane in it, but it's capable. You might. Well, you can, but that's the thing. Yeah, 100%. But you can put it in Cupra mode, sport mode, which is the Cupra button, and then the traction control is off, but it's not actually off. Which does benefit, but sometimes. I think the real talking point, and people probably won't understand, is that it can actually put its power down, which is surprising more than anything. But you're not going to win anything at Santa Pod. No, you're not going to be able to launch it off the line and be able to do that. You know, go get a Golf R for that. But yeah, get something 4-wheel drive that's DSG that has launch control. This is more of a bit, just a bit of insanity more than anything.
what you gotta love about it.
Yeah, that's why I like it. It's just stupid, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's what makes it such a sleeper.
Yeah, that's the biggest.
It's not shouting about it.
It is a sleeper.
Yeah.
It's got the standard wheels, and Sylvie wouldn't even know that this thing was really running this sort of